Hello everybody and welcome back to On Point HQ, and I thought I'd do a very quick update into the progress I've made with my my early war bolt action French. Now I mentioned briefly in another video recently that I've actually got quite a sizable early war French army for bolt action that I got about 4 years ago through the when Warlord Games used to build an army sort of promotion type thing. I bought quite a sizable force. It's about 1,300 points, but I've never actually done anything with it, and it's a bit piecemeal. It's all in different painting styles and slightly different colours. It doesn't really match, but recently I've thought it deserves some hobbying love. It deserves a bit of TLC, so that's what I've been doing recently. I had some days off from the hobby. I had sort of lost my mojo a bit for 4 or 5 days. I just didn't have the urge to do any painting. But the last thing I worked on was actually painting this, and I spent the last day or so really finishing the thing off. So I thought I'd do a very brief update on this. Now this is a French 75mm artillery piece. As you can see, now the French, the national character, one of the national rules is you get a free artillery piece. So I've actually got 2 of these to paint. But I just thought I'd run through exactly what I've done. As you can see, I've probably gone a bit overboard as usual with the basing, but I'll get to that in a second. So the actual kit itself, it's a fairly old kit. Like I say, I bought them 4 years ago. So it's a fairly old kit from Warlord, but it went together really very easily. There's not many pieces to it. I think the actual gun is just 5 pieces, 6 if you include the dude operating it. It comes with 4 crew. In the rule book it says it actually comes with 3 crew. I don't know whether they just added an extra one. I've used the in fact the other one I've had actually came with 5 in it. I had the guy with the binoculars. I've got 2 of him spare, so I'm going to be using him as a spotter for my mortar team. But yeah, it went together really well. As you can see there. Now I've just gone for a really basic uniform for the French. What I use is Vallejo green brown as a base, olive grey for the helmet and all the packs and the bags, etc. That's the main colours that I used there for them, and then it's just a case of washes of Agrex Earthshade and Athonian Camo Shade, some basic highlights. I also use saddle brown as well for the pouches and the webbing, etc. I've gone for the French camouflage as well. I think you can see that there. I didn't want it as bright as I've seen it painted, so I just used some quite muted colours there. Still, I mean, I like the idea of applying that type of camouflage, but I didn't want it to look so bright. So that's been heavily inked and weathered. So yeah, it was quite to actually paint the gun and the figures was quite quick. The base, however, yeah, a bit over the top. I can I can hear people saying. But if you've seen the Pack 40 that I've got from my late war Germans, I've used exactly the same size base. And this is just a piece of laser cut MDF, 10 centimeters by 10 centimeters, or 100 millimeters by 100 millimeters. I was initially going to do it on a CD, but I found this lurking, this piece of wood lurking on one of my shelves. I thought, ooh, now isn't that could be quite helpful. Initially I was going to do it more country based, so lots of hedgerows and a few trees thrown in, but I actually found a few bits and pieces from the ruined Hamlet box from Warlord Games. As you can see, it's just plastic, so I've used them to make it look as if they're hunkered down in a ruined farmhouse or a ruined building of some sort. I think it just gives a bit of a backstory rather than just having it on a plain old boring base. I think this really really sets the model off. And the plastic ruined Hamlet's a great kit, so versatile, and you can use it in so many different ways. Once that was done and painted, it was just a case of adding a bit of static grass, a bit of flock, and some clump foliage and some tufts. And there we go. That is one fully completed 75mm French gun, which I'm really quite pleased how it's turned out. And the best thing is, I've got a second one to do as well. I don't think I've got another piece of wood. Well, another piece of wood like this. This might be based on a round CD, but I've not quite decided yet. But yeah, over the top of the base, and quite frankly, I don't care. I think it looks rather fetching, and that's all that matters. So that's all I've done for my French so far. I've got, I think it's 5 infantry left to complete the first squad of 10. Then I've got another 3 infantry squads. They're all in various states of painting and disrepair. But yeah, I'll be carrying on with them next. I've also got an anti-tank rifle team and a sniper team to complete as well. But I just thought I'd do a quick update on this, because I'm quite chuffed with how it's turned out. Well, if you've got any comments or questions, please leave them down below, and I'll certainly respond to all comments and questions. But as always, thanks for watching. Take care, may your dice roll well, and I shall catch you all in the next video. So bye bye for now.